So I guess it's another week of a fairly interesting boss. Elite Lich with seemingly only support towers. Now to compensate, they do give us Benjamin, 3k starting cash, and the boss speed is halved in exchange for double HP, so it kind of evens out, but it does make it, I think, slightly easier to have a slower Lich. And I like doing, I guess, a ranked mode, so here's what I've got cooked up for the least tiers. We've got a lot of scores in the 30s range. I think I'm going to try for a 36 strategy. And if you don't know, the tiebreaker for if you have the same tier is based on the time it takes. So I think in addition, I think it'd be cool or nice if we could get on top of all 36s by making our time matter. So with 3k starting cash, we can start with Benjamin, Engineer, and a farm, which I'm going to put in the corner to avoid Lich's overclock or Lich stealing buffs. It's pretty rough on Tinkerton. There is no spot to put a farm in this map where it'll avoid getting the buff sucked, but this is the spot that gets it sucked the latest. So that's what we're doing this spot. Now, I guess the only issue with a support-only boss, even though it's fairly interesting, is that it's pretty one-dimensional in the fact that you pretty much have to go for NG Paragon if you want to beat the elite boss. I also gotta watch for the penalty. I don't like taking 2 seconds there, but that's kind of whatever. And another 3 seconds here. 4 seconds. Okay, that might be a little bit too much. Probably should use Ben's biohack to save a little bit of time, but I'm greedy, so we need valuable bananas first for upgrading our NG. Last turning is a godsend. Ben ability now. And clean. This run avoids any penalty. Now we can freely start upgrading, because it's going to take a while to get the BRF. Which, by the way, yes, is going to be our only farm that we drop the entire game, because, yeah, 36 tiers doesn't give you a whole lot. The NG Paragon itself is already 19 at minimum, if you don't cross-path. So the only feasible way to build into getting BRF is, well, getting that balloon trap, so that's up next. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention, Ben is placed here so that his biohack, or rather his Trojan, doesn't land on balloons incoming. That's a nice and early balloon trap. It'll take some time for it to retarget, that's fine. But I think it was a change a while ago where they made it so line of sight actually affects Ben, so yeah. Yay for placement making a difference. Now I consider saving a tier by not doing the larger service area, but honestly not having a turbo trap really sucks, feeling wise. Otherwise you'd have to stick it at the front if you wanted to maximize the money. I think a green balloon tanking is inevitable here. Yeah, 7 seconds. I think the red balloon camos will definitely cause penalty here, right? I'm almost sure of that. Yeah, look, 13. If I take this round, holy moly, that is a 20-second penalty. But okay, hold on. The rocket AoE in this map, is it enough to get all red balloons? Let's try to time it for after all the... Actually, does it target stronger first? I'm not sure it gets all of the reds, but let me see. Here it comes. Oh, it only has 1 pierce. What? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I like doing this, but 20 seconds. I think I can get away with it. The current amount of tiers I'm going for, I think has enough leeway that it's okay. Plus, you know, foaming the camos this round means I get the money from them at least, so it's a little bit less than 2k if you think about it that way, but still not ideal. So reposition trap to get 340, and there it is. Exactly the money for BRF. I think it may be a round later than I would have gotten it, which is a small snowball effect, but I think I'll be okay. Next, I think, is overclock. And now for round 40. As you see, I have no defense on the field right now, and I'm not going to just yet, because we need to rush the next moneymaker, and that is what you're looking at. Big trap, 45k. It's either that or Banana Central, but Banana Central is so far away, so given the buff they made to the big trap, it is worth it to go for that next. Now, sadly, Lich spawns out Moab class balloon, so we're gonna need Moab D while saving up for the XXXL trap. So here's a spike factory that's gonna be carpeted spikes. It's gonna be at minimum 6 tiers. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get away with 050. If I do 050, then my strategy ends up being 35 tiers instead of 36. But yeah, we need at least an 030, I think, for the mobs here. And sadly, Ben's gonna Trojan the Moab, or is he not? Oh. Okay, I didn't intend for this. Crap, am I gonna survive this? Hang on. I might tank this because Ben gives money back. If I can, I'll do it. That actually gave us money. It's It's because that was not the only Moab, but now that this is the only mob in the field, yeah. It's gonna just pop instantly from this, and on comes the next round. Also, I think I'll just consider leaving the trap here, because it has overlap intersections, because this thing's already busy hitting Lich anyway. Don't lose too much. Okay, we were so close to big trap. One more. Boom, got it. Huge. So now the rounds end faster, and we get the triple money from the Moabs coming in. And it'll make us money so quickly, we can get Carpenter Spikes, I think, in time before Tier 1 ends here. Now, if I am trying to go for, like, skipping bigger stacks, then my Tier 1 time gets slow, is much slower, which is bad if I end up having to buy in the first place, but I think I'll, again, see this attempt through, and hopefully it's not a big deal. Okay, are we there yet? Oh, so close. There it is. 42,000. Let's hope 050 doesn't take too long here. That's a lot of chain Moabs. That's okay, we got an ability to nuke that out. Now, at the very least, one ability seems to get a decent amount every time it pops off. Another one. Oh, what healed? Oh, the overclock, right. I can't overclock the BRF for the time being. That's unfortunate. Now, is it far enough away that I can get away with overclocking now? I'm kind of greedy. Let's try. It seems like it's like this spot is perfectly out of range. I lied. That was not a good idea. That moment when you speak a little bit too soon, but thankfully it doesn't really cost much time. 9:21 at the end. I'm not a big fan of that. So believe it or not, there is no village, let alone discount village being used here. So you can hold your timestamps. All we're gonna get is the other engineer, Century Champion, and we blast out the Paragon, and that's pretty much all the tiers that we have. Right now, though, our aim is for a B Central, ASAP. And yeah, for this round, 050 does a lot of the damage. And again, just for this one attempt or two, I'll see if 050 can be done. But I have a feeling it's gonna end up being pretty tight in the end, if I do. Anyway, that heal was annoying. Basically, overclocking is attack speed boost at the start of the round is something that Lich can take away. Okay, there's Banana Central. Took until round 64. Hopefully that's not too late. Here comes the first chain. Let's use the big trap to actually eat that up, because that saves a little bit of spikes that can be landed on Lich, I guess. But yeah, we gotta go for a second damager now. Century Champion. An on-buff Century Champion is kind of ass, but it is the DPS that we need. S-Champ has been afforded, set to strong. Next, Ultra Boost, and I'll see how many stacks I can get an Ultra Boost on the B Central before, I guess, Lich starts eating it. 1/4 of the way through, so we are behind pace, but hopefully the S-Champ can do a little bit. This timing is really crummy, because Ultra Boost now, but I can't even use it on the Banana Central before it like, gets eaten up completely. So I think at this point, we just have to stop. We have to stop Ultra Boosting the farm completely. I mean, I could right now, but it would only just, like, require more HP to go through. And I don't think I can afford that at this rate. Again, seeing as we only hit halfway here. Alright, how much damage is this in Champion? 51k, so it's doing something. I think it can be done, though. Only 100k HP to go. Do not look at the round limit. That's not going to be the deciding factor. It's gonna be, are there enough spikes for the last 90k? Because this thing cannot do damage anymore. It's pretty much out of range. Also, yeah, I will just overclock or Ultra Boost the big trap, because when tier 3 comes in, it's gonna eat the buff, but it doesn't matter because it's already full HP. Lich cannot overheal. It's max health, I'm pretty sure. Okay, another passive coming out. Another one now. Oh my god, it's still not there. That's bad. We're gonna die to the soul, I'm 99% sure. Here it comes. We have nothing for this part here. So that's a rip. Alright, what I have to do is I gotta save the ability then for the Lich Soul, but this means this now pops much later. I need to get to 45,000. It's taking so long to get there. There we go. Use 2 in a row. And that does pop it, but I don't know if there's 45k back here. There are so few spikes that can even hit here, so yeah, it doesn't look good, actually. We're gonna be about 30k off with 050 spike, damn. Much closer than I thought, though. Much closer. Alright, Watch and see how much better 150 is. Now the time will actually matter. We're basically going to be popping Lich twice as fast, and because of the greed, I think I'm going to go for Ultra Boost before such a champion. I think with least tears and least cash, it's kind of fascinating that it opens the door to see how little you actually need in order to beat certain bosses. Like the fact that one tier 5 beats all of tier 2 is quite crazy, isn't it? And we're not talking about like a very expensive one, only $50,000 for carpet spikes. So this time we can actually at least get away with some Ultra Boost stacks. How many? Let's see, probably just 1 or 2. Yeah, here we don't care too much about Lich healing, because we know we're gonna beat it. But the moment the buff gets taken away, no longer can we buff, or can we Ultra Boost this thing. Let's see if I can squeeze in one more. Okay, there's 4. I doubt that actually gets us an extra banana. Why not, though? Why not? There's a 14k heal, I think. Okay, it definitely doesn't look like it's doing double the damage if it still got this far, so I guess I stand corrected. We are gonna beat this with a couple rounds to spare at least, but not a lot of time to, again, Ultra Boost our B Central, which kind of blows. Waiting for 0 before I heal it. There we go. There's 1 stack on our thing. So now we actually want to sell the Carpet Spikes because we don't want it to take pops away from the NG and the money as well. Because the 80s are just blimps. I think if we micro well enough, Big Trap can eat almost all of it. So that's what I gotta try to aim for. And maybe stall out 78 a tiny amount so that I can Ultra Boost this faster. So let's move this a little bit further back. But yes, believe it or not, just this amount of farming, a BRF Ultra Boosted can get us to 650k and enough slider for a high enough degree paragon to beat this challenge. Anyway, don't mind me as I stall this round here. I don't want to gobble the last FBFB, okay? We're gonna throw it all the way in the back. Or rather, we're only gonna start gobbling it once I see the timer come up from 13, but it might take a while because of the how it works. Yep, it started ticking up. It's time to gobble now. That added 6 seconds, but I'll take that over more Ultra Boost stacks. So now we just gotta make as much money as possible. So, goal, we gotta beat the rounds ASAP. And I stall so that the BRF, which is round-based, can get more crates in time. The current strategy is to aim to get it at about round 97. Damn, leaked another Moab. I know there's a trick to make the trap be collected faster, but I'm too small-brained for that, sadly. Okay, these UMGs should be really, really fast. 85, 86, 87 are lightning speed, and see that we're already at 450k after, like, starting at round 80 with, like, 220. Okay, so I think I'm getting the hang of this trick here. You're supposed to retarget the trap before it expires, so that when it explodes, it drops a new one immediately. Ah, okay. I forget to implement that sometimes, but that's actually very, very, very useful. Like, if I retarget now, the next one will be immediate. Wow. That's broken. Round 93, 4 rounds to go. Yes, you're probably wondering, Lich is getting so far. How does Master Wield beat that in time? Well, it is a paragon at the end of the day. I suppose that answers it. Anyway, rip the Ultra Boost stacks. Now we have to go solo with none. Anyway, we're supposed to Ultra Boost the foam now because 95 has a lot of camo, so you actually need to make it faster. Make it go faster. If you didn't have that, then the camo leads and purples would cuck us. Screw us over. And I'm also going to Ultra Boost the big trap for when DDTs come in. Just so it replaces it a little bit faster. Gotta make sure it gobbles up every DDT. Here we go. So retarget immediately. Uh-oh. That's further than I'd like. I'm not gonna lie. Gotta use the exploit to drop a new trap immediately. There we go. It's working perfectly right now. The instant trap is so satisfying. Like that. Like that. And easy. One more round to go. One more round to go. Gotta make sure this one's fast too by using the exploit. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're ready. We're ready. Let's get the money from this first. Sell. And now, I've sold everything, right? Yes. 274k, and I need a certain number for this to work. It's 30. Okay, that's good. Apparently, people are saying that you need like around 26, 27, 28 to be able to beat tier 5. Yes, that low of a degree. And there is enough time, too, to beat this in time. Even though it's only 3 rounds. I just gotta make sure to target this thing so that it hits the chained Moabs. It's really annoying that some of the chained mobs get stunned outside of the NG attacking range. But it is what it is. Use the Sentry Explosion too. That gets a free skull. Super satisfying. Yeah, luckily 98's very long. It's taking a while to beat that chain down. It'd be ideal to end this round off with about like 2 skulls remaining, if not less than that. We basically get a skull at the right time, every time. Chain BFB is so annoying. Oh, this is not good. Nope, nope, nope. I can't take this run. I feel like there's a little bit of RNG involved because the chained Moabs can be different. I think that's how we got a lot of chain BFBs. I'm gonna just try changing things up by selling. Selling gets the skull faster, and it actually doesn't feel like it heals, or rather, it doesn't really matter, because we get to the skull regardless. So I'm gonna just switch up the strategy a little bit like that way, like sell now, prematurely. And I think that's working much better. Explode? 2 skulls, okay. Yep, that's enough for round 99. It's gonna be a tight one, it seems. Sell this now. Last skull. And come on. Yeah, this is gonna work, this is gonna work. We just sell the other sentries. Sell all of them, and they die. Nice. We can go all in for the last skull there, thankfully. So we had a little bit more leeway than I thought. Tier 4 is gonna be very easy. I'm gonna speed run through it. Now, as I did say, the timing does matter for Tier 4, or just in general. We'll still use the mid-century explosions this round to get it down to the skull faster, but it's not going to be an issue of if we can beat it or not. So how much damage does each explosion do? 250k, it seems like. Keep note of that because for the last skull, I think even though we sell the tower, which heals Lich, it is a net positive. I think to be safe, we'll sell it about maybe 500k? 400k? No, 400k. Sell all now. There we go. Oh, I forgot to sell this one, but that's fine. So, bring on Tier 5. I think at this point, the Engineer is at max attack speed thanks to the change. We got a 48 million HP Lich here. Crazy how beefy double HP looks. But because the heal is percentage-based, it's no longer worth it to sell the sentries. Like, to get a head start, because it heals more than it does damage, I'm pretty sure. So you just have to keep replacing it. Make sure that we preemptively put the sentries in a spot where they, like, will get the explosion off in the future. So, like, I gotta place them 60 seconds in advance, if I had to guess, so that's why the next one of this goes here. Thankfully, Tiggerton has a lot of overlap, so it's very unlikely to mess up. But now we drop the red one in advance. Alright, so chained skulls are gonna eat up a little bit of time as well. I gotta make sure to time or target it for that. You're also supposed to use Benjamin's level 10 ability on any ZMG rounds coming in so that there's less of a chance that those end up being the chain mobs, because that will take forever to pop. However, I don't actually know what rounds have FZMGs. So there's FZMGs coming in now. I think I'm just going to use it in advance. Alright, next skull now. Luckily, no, only a chained FBFB. I do find it kind of crazy that a degree 30 engineer can do this, because I remember how bad it used to be, like, at bossing before it got the speed up buff, to the point where now it can solo elite bosses for real. Here's where the damage really ramps up. The engineer attacking, I think, it does more damage than any of the sentries you're doing. Yeah, is it just me, or is this thing, like, a load of garbage? 1,000 every tick. Here's the next skull, once again. Oh no, there's an FZMG that's chained. I want you to take a look at how long it's taking to pop. Now, thankfully, it's not that long, to the point where I consider restarting. So I think I'm just gonna continue on. But that's not ideal. Yeah, I gotta watch it for the lives as well. Okay, we're gaining several with Benjamin. This one's gonna be a fast tier, only chained Moabs. Very convenient for us. So that pops within seconds. Like, it's gonna work, trust me, but it's gonna be tight. We're approaching the final, guys. Second last skull, only BFBs is what you like to see. God, why do they take so long to get there, though? Wait, I'm down to 6 lives? Okay, I can't actually take it. I won't survive. Okay, we're redoing that. I had 60 lives going in. I guess what I might have to do is save a Sentry Explosion for the Skull in order to preserve lives. So that is minus 250k on the other bosses in that case, but it might have to be done. Like, do that, and it only take 1 now. And that means I only have 1 explosion for the next skull, too. I don't think Ben's gonna regain enough lives. Yeah, I'm gonna save the Sentry Explosion then, okay? Let us not use it, except for here. Explode it now, and I think we're okay. Only chained Moabs, and we have 16 lives. Unfortunately, the Engineer Paragon cannot attack anymore. So it's all down to Sentry damage, the last 5 mil. I wonder if I missed any explosions, aside from the ones I intentionally put on the soul. Literally any less degree, and literally 1 less degree than this, and it wouldn't have worked with my execution. I think at this point we just need 1 more explosion, and then the Sentry damage can do the rest. 600? 400? Please. It could exit any second now. Come on. 180? Boom. Wait, it didn't explode. Oh, I messed up. I trolled that. That's okay. I think it still works though. 30, 20, and 0. Oh my god, the blue sentry was not in range there. Alright. There it is though. Overall, the time was not what I liked to see. What was it? 48-45. So that does not put us in the very top. In fact, we'll check later, but yeah, all 80 million pops go to the Engineer Paragon. Wait a minute. What did I do wrong? I tried to go for the top of the 36, but instead I'm at the bottom. I think I'm gonna have to put that on the first tier, because I was trying to go for the 050 spike, which might have cost me more than a minute. I think that's where everything added up poorly. Like, that was at least a minute, right? Which would have put us so much higher.